Monored Tron is one of the greatest Magic decks of all time. If there was a Hall of Fame in which they put decks, a deck Hall of Fame you could call it, which is a place that famous decks go and it might be in a hall, this deck would make it. Now if you're sat there asking yourself if it's so good, if it's so great, why haven't I heard of this shit before? That's your own fault, not mine. Don't blame me. Look, allow me to illustrate. Fast forward to the year 2029. The world has largely crumbled to dust, falling to rising sea levels and global temperatures and ongoing hubris and lies spread by companies like Shell and ExxonMobil. Human stupidity has outstripped the resourcefulness of the world's scientists, and now we huddle for warmth around garbage fires built from the remnants of our once glorious civilization. You are angry at yourself, you're frustrated and you're bitter because you never got around to actually finishing binge watching The Wire or Breaking Bad prior to the collapse of all industry and systems. You will never find out what happens to Princess Diana in the final season of The Crown. You curse your lack of commitment and your obsession and addiction to Raid Shadow Legends for distracting you. And this would be a great place for a NordVPN advert, but I'm not doing that today. Or if I didn't have a human soul, perhaps a Raid Shadow Legends plug. But honestly, no advert here. This is just a bit. But if you do like my content, make sure you use the code KENOBI when ordering from channelfireball.com for sealed product or singles. Or sign up via Patreon to help support my shit, my content, the channel, with links in the description below. Anyway, a mysterious stranger, let's say a bard, with an acoustic guitar arrives at your post-apocalyptic encampment and begins to regale you with details of a treasure map in the form of an entertaining little ditty on his guitar. It's like a post-apocalyptic YouTube video. They call these things songs in the new world. You pipe up and say, well, if this place that your map alludes to is so rich and filled with remnants of Jaffa cakes and other essential items for my survival, why haven't I heard of it then? And you feel quite smug and smart. And the bard turns to you and he says, shut the fuck up. I've lost track of where I was going, you miserable, ungrateful little shit. I literally don't know what's going on anymore. You interrupted me and I've lost my flow. Get out of my fucking comment section, he shouts. He points an extended finger at you and he says, get the fuck out of my comment section. And he blocks you. But this is the future where we don't have computers or electricity anymore. We have to piss on each other for both warmth and sustenance. So a block is really just walking away from the conversation abruptly. So he actually just walks away. And as he's walking away, you're like, fuck, have I upset the one person who could provide me entertainment in these dark times to remind me of what it was like to feel alive? What have I done? This is just like that. Shut the fuck up and enjoy the Tron. The Monored Tron that happens to have 5 green cards in it and a forest. Fuck off. Who cares? Here's a deck list. There's a link in the description below. Give me your fucking money via Patreon if you want to support what I'm doing. Let's fucking go. So fun fact, I loaded up the deck from my deck list where I'd inadvertently not changed the forest to mountains when I was editing a normal Tron list to make it the much superior and more powerful one. So I've joined a league with the wrong number of mountains. So I'm just going to play the league with the wrong number of mountains.
5 minutes later.
Mystic Sanctuary puts Force Negation back on top of their library. They spin the Jace, and I'm now miserable. How is this any good to play against? I'd literally rather shit in my own mouth than play any more against this deck. What the fuck is this? Mystic Sanctuary, Jace, Uro, Counter Magic, Red and 6. Fucking Christ. And they kind of... Oh, they got Remand as well. Okay, cool. That was about as fun as eating my own dick. Right, my new office is big. It's kind of empty right now, so I'm echoing quite a bit. And we have won this die roll. We have one fucking land. Literally one. Okay, closer, better, warmer. Let's do it. We got Tron in these maps. I'm gonna bottom the act, which bugs me, but this is where we are. Urza's Mine, tap the mine, make a map, expedition map. Basic Plains 8th Vial means our opponents on the decks that I like to play. We drew a tower because I'm a fucking god. Ghost Quarter from our opponent, which can take us off Tron. They decide to go for the tower now. We're gonna sacrifice our map. We haven't got Fear of an Arbiter out of the vial because it's on 1. And we'll grab a tower as we're losing a tower. We grab a mountain, we draw Ugin the Ineffable, we play a tower, we tap a mountain, we play a map, an expedition map, and we pass back to our opponent here. And we're just gonna, I think we're just gonna crap the map before the vial ticks up, honestly. I don't want to get arbitered. We grab the power plant. They think long and hard before going ahead and making a Stoneforge Mystic, which means there could be a Thalia or an Arbiter, or I guess a Charming Prince inside this Aether Vial here as well. They grab Batterskull. We untap, we draw another mine, we play the power plant. We now have Tron online, we have 8 mana. We can just cast Big Ugin here. I'm going to do that, because I didn't make a Thalia, so I might as well just make a Big Ugin. Now, if they made a Revoker off that vial, we'd be sad. And Revoker has seen more play in Modern in recent time, mainly because Planeswalkers are fucking bastards. What will we see off the vial here? It's an Arbiter. Okay, so if they have a Ghost Quarter, they can quarter my tower. We don't get to search. But I mean, we have an Ugin in play. So I'm kind of okay with it. They could wisp the Ugin out via an Aether Vial activation to not have it for a turn. They actually do have a second copy of Ghost Quarter, so they're going to strip mine our tower. Which again, is reasonable. It makes sense, it's a good line, and I'm okay with the position we're in. Arbiter attacks Ugin, telling me they don't have a Wisp in the Vial, or perhaps they're keeping a Wisp in the Vial to protect the Arbiter. One of the two. I go to bolt the Arbiter, they activate the Aether Vial. I guess they do have a Wisp to protect their Arbiter. Maybe they think the Arbiter... Oh, it's an Archon of Emeria. Okay, that's fine. We can only play one spell a turn, which actually makes our Chromatic Star a little bit awkward. They're going to path their own Arbiter here, which allows them to go get a land. I'm just going to play my star and pass the turn. Cracking it for green, hoping we find Ancient Stirrings or similar. There's no reason to, because Archon says we can't cast more than one spell each turn. So maybe we should do that pre-bolting. I don't know. The Archon comes in at Ugin. Maybe they've got an old rivalry. Archon's defending Emeria, which is... basically Emrakul, I think. Isn't Emeria like the modern depiction of Emrakul after aeons and aeons of the religions of Zendikar, like warping what they view it as? So I guess the Eldrazi don't like Ugin. I don't know where I'm going with this. Skyclave Apparition's going to try and take our star. I'm just going to crack it. I'd rather the card draw than the 1/1. I think. We drew a Wormcoil Engine. We can't play Stuffy Doll this turn, because our last one comes into play tapped. Although if we bolt the Archon first... Boop. Let's see if it dies. They're going to activate their Vial. Do they have a second Archon? Maybe they have a Wisp. They just have a Skyclave Apparition, which isn't that good here. We play a Stuffy Doll naming Mooseman29. Our opponent has 2 cards in hand, one of which is a 5-mana Batterskull. We know this because they went and got it off of the Stoneforge Mystic. It's not because I'm clairvoyant, or that I'm psychic, or got a soul read. They literally had to show it to us. It's over here, look. There it is. One big old battered skull. If you had to eat any bone in the human body, which one would you... And it was battered. That's the condition, right? Like a genie's like, you can have some fucking wishes if you batter a bone and eat it. Would it be the skull? I think I'd go for the dick. The dick's a bone, right? Aether Vial, a 3-drop. Are they wisping out our Ugin? They are wisping out our Ugin. So we don't get to activate it this turn. That's fine. We drew a star. We're going to play the other Ugin because it's pretty good. Then we're going to destroy the Wisp. Then we're going to play the star. No attacks from us. Stuffy Doll doesn't have Defender as a heads up. It is a 0/1 that can attack if we equipped it with a sword. I have put a Batterskull on a Stuffy Doll before. That's pretty hot, but then you blast with sack and you get to gain a load of fucking life. I think that was in a video. There'll be links to other Monored Tron videos in the cards. Maybe even in the comments. But they could be everywhere. They can attack here and kill Ugin the Ineffable, which they kind of have to. They've got like one window of opportunity here. And like JLS once said, you only get one shot, so make it count. They're both going at Big Boy Ugin though, which is weird. So I'm going to block a Skyclave. They'll take 2. Ugin will take 2. End of turn, Stuffy Doll will ping itself and then, by proxy, ping our opponent. We shall untap. They're going to wisp in another Wisp, perhaps? Just an Archon of Emeria. Okay. I'm going to make a 2/2. I'm going to bolt the Archon. I'm going to cast a 2-mana Calm, which turns off their Aether Vial. I'm going to cast a 4-mana Wormcoil Engine because I like having my cake and eating it. And then I guess we'll just pass back. I mean, well, I've got to calm the Great Creator here. I probably should do something with it. Yeah, let's go look at our sideboard. Let's grab Chromatic Orrery, which currently draws us 0 cards as a heads up. It's not a good card advantage engine. And they scoop it up before we can go and grab Door to Nothingness, which is just rude, honestly. So this is a 1-lander with a map. We can't keep this. This is a 3-lander, no map, no green source. Fuck, it's bad. I guess Khan the Great Creator is quite good here, and if we draw some stars... I'm going to go to 5. This 5 is pretty good. It's literally Tron with backup. We're going to keep this. We're going to bottom a star. We're going to bottom a Banefire. And if they have Path to Exile, Wormcoil Engine fucking sucks. Ghost Quarter from our opponent already, so that's quite impressive. Do they name a map with this, or do they name Ugin? Loving the Pithing Needle with the traditional, neo-traditional perhaps? Either way, the name Ugin, yeah. The tattoo art. We're going to go Tower Map. Now, being on the draw, mulliganing to 5 against Death and Taxes that plays an Arbiter, I'm not going to lie, I feel like we're at a significant disadvantage here. If they play they play Containment Priest, which actually doesn't really do anything against us. It allows their wisps to wisp out our creatures. That's about it, really. Let's go Power Plant. And pass to our opponent. We'll crack the map in response to them casting an Arbiter. They can get us good with an Aven Mind Sensor. But I doubt they're playing Aven Mind Sensor. It seems to be only I that plays a singular Aven Mind Sensor. Because I'm a slave to the past. You know? I'm a slave to the past. Archon of Emeria. Okay, they're going to let us Tron, which is nice. Now the thing is, Containment Priest makes Flicker a literal removal spell. So if we play a Wormcoil and they flicker it out, it just goes away forever. It never comes back. So that's kind of rough. So I'm wondering if I should be grabbing a red source. No, because they're going to make me a red source off the Ghost Core at some point, right? So I guess I grab a Sanctum, a Blast Zone, a redundant piece of Tron. I'll grab another tower. That's not necessarily correct, because Sphere allows us to make an Abrade in their turn anyway. So we've only got one spell here, right? Each player can cast more than one spell. Oh, whoop-de-daisy. Oh, I even fucking said it. Last fucking shit. Okay, let's go with Chromatic Star. Oh, could I have fixed this? Maybe I could. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, they will play... Let's go ahead and make a red now. I'm going to Abrade the Archon. We draw a card off the Sphere. I can't Abrade the Archon now, Vince, because... Oh, fuck, that land threw me through a loop. So, comment section, I should have cracked the Sphere in their turn. Could only cast one spell, even said it. Tap land, then made me start focusing on that shit, and then I didn't fuck it. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, that hurt. Well, they're gonna Ghost Quarter us. If there's no Arbiter, we have a red source. So that's nice. That's nice. Fuck. God, Archon of Emeria just fucked me right up. Well, they Ghost Quarter my mind. We killed the Archon that confused me so much. I've made videos about how good this card is, and somehow... Look, it's been a while, okay? I've just moved house. I'm just back on the saddle, you know? Fuck, that Archon fucked me right up. Play a star, crack it with a power plant in case we find the mine. We find Blasphemous Act. We play the Sphere. We crack the Sphere. We find a map. We play the map. We play the mountain. They play a second Containment Priest, which is an interesting include in this matchup, I won't lie. Displacer, well, okay, so that gives them a way to kill my Wormcoil Engine alongside these Containment Priests. In for 4. Crack our map. Grab a mine. Play a mine. Blow up the board. Boom goes the dynamite. That means we can play a Wormcoil Engine without them just displacing it out. Like I said, Displacer plus Containment Priest is a combo. Much like I said with Wisp. Don't know why Mono can't load the wonderful Displacer art, but there you go. Oh, they got filled over with Tron again. That's fun. Containment Priest allows them to flicker out creatures, and they never come back. They're going to go for my mine. We're going to grab a green source, and that allows Scrying to find another mine. So let's grab our only forest. Scrying. Grab another mine. Play the mine. Almost played the tower there. I did almost play the tower. That would have been embarrassing. Play a worm coil. They might just have path, because they've got one card in hand that's been in their hand for a while. No, they didn't path on my end step. Archon of Emeria. Play a stone. Go to combat and start a swinging. We're in a good position, but again, we are a little bit weak to a path. They go to 14, we go to 18. And they scoop it up. Monored Tron takes down Mono White D&T. And I shouldn't have won that. I did not fucking deserve it after I punted and then punted again. I did a double punt. A two-punter. Straight into that fucking Archon of Emeria. That was so bad. We have won this dive roll. Let's fucking go. What do we get? Double land. No tutor, no way to make green a mulligan. 2-lander and a map and a star and a goals. And we can make green. Yeah, this is actually okay. It's middling. It's just okay. We're going to keep this. We're going to put the goggles back. If we had like another part of the combo to hand, it would be fine. I'm going to go mine map. Watergrave untapped from our opponent. Thoughtseize. Okay, take my card and be done with it. Thoughtseize. They could take the Sylvan Scrying to try and keep us off of Tron, but I think taking the Khan is way better because Tron is an inevitability and taking payoffs is pretty good. We're going to play Sanctum of Mugen here. We'll grab a tower at the end of their turn, then we draw another tower because that's just how towers work. Let's go with Star. And then we're going to crack it for green. Activate our mine. Draw a card. Trying to find a payoff here. We went and found a power plant. We're going to go ahead and just cast the Sylvan Scrying. They're going to counter this, which is actually really good for us now that we've just naturally drawn Tron. They did not counter it. They just got a Triome. I kind of hate, like, the bug value good piles in Modern. They make me want to puke. I grabbed a mountain so we can cast our red spells in case we draw, you know, Banefire and stuff. Field of Ruin is good here. It's really good here, in fact. They're going to let us untap and assemble Tron if they don't do it in our upkeep or draw step. They did let us go to draw step. Do we get fielded now that we've drawed? We do get fielded now that we've drawed. Okay. Lose our mine. Grab a mountain. Play a map. Play a power plant. Pass to our opponent, who is now getting to the point where they can just hold up fucking Cryptic Command. So I guess if we just draw a 7 or more CMC colorless spell, so we're talking Ugins and Ulamogs, and Ulamog will be gas. Ulamog will be our best draw. Ugins and Khans, we can then cast it and get a trigger off Sanctum of Ugin, so we can go get something else, and therefore we can exhaust the counter magic. They are tapping out here for 3 mana. No, they decided not. Are they? Oh, they are. It's a Uro Titan of fucking broken nonsense. Field of the Dead, and a Swamp, and a Thoughtseize. Well, fooled you, my friend. My hand is pretty fucking bad. Grab a mine, because I know what is mine. Well, there you go. That's what you get for playing a combo piece in your Tron deck, because you draw it, and then you can't use it. I have assembled Zitron, and our opponent just gets to untap and do whatever the fuck they want. Again, I can't complain about luck here, because I could have just not played Blasphemous Act in my deck. Here they cast Hour of Promise. Get some lands, that puts them up to 7. They get some zombos. Not from Hour of Promise. The zombie clause in that is hardly ever actually utilised. It's from the Field of the Dead. Because mistakes were made when making Magic cards. And the majority of those mistakes were made in recent years. Drew another land. How? I'm going to have to slow roll this Blasphemous Act. I really am. Let's play a tower. Pass back to our opponent, who has 4 cards in hand, and a Delta and a Misty in play, and some Zombos, and some more Zombos soon enough, thanks to Field of the Dead. Mystic Sanctuary is going to get back Hour of Promise for them. Growth Spiral from our opponent. Misty Rainforest Cracked from our opponent. We get hit for 4 by the Field of the Dead. If we draw Stuffy Doll, we might just win, but they probably have counter magic considering they have 5 cards in hand. Hour of Promise from our opponent. More Field of the Deads, more zombies. There's a Field of Ruin to turn off our Tron. We just need to draw Stuffy Doll right now. Like, that's all we need to do. We fucking didn't. What a surprise. I guess I'm just going to have to blow my load now. Because there's 20 power on the board. So we're just going to fuck that off. Just go on. Get out of here. Take your zombos and piss off. Force of Negation! Comment section. Force of Negation! I should have known. Should have known. That they print euros into the colour of free counterspells. But white can't get card draw because it's the colour of removal. We have Tron, but we have no red. Shit. I'm just gonna fucking go for it. We'll just draw what we need, right? We'll just draw what we need. Okay, we drew a Khan. Do we think they got a remand? Do we think they've got a remand? Let's find out if they got a remand. If they don't, we're in a good spot. Like 7 mana. They got a remand. It's unfortunate, honestly. It's unfortunate. But we get to cast it again next turn. I guess they just Force of Negation it this time round because they're going to have 3 mana for that. So I guess we don't do that. Play a star. Crack a star for green. Draw a forest. Play a mine. Play a map. Play a Wormcoil Engine. Archmage's Charm, is that what this is going to be? They're just going to counter whatever we had anyway. Okay, we can exhaust their counter magic eventually. I say this, they can draw more cards than us. That's because we're colourless, and colourless shouldn't be able to draw cards. Although it can draw cards better than white can. They play a 4th land, so they now have access to Cryptic Command. We drew another Khan. Let's play a Khan. The upside is if they counter this, they think it's close as clear, they play a Jace or whatever to tap out, and then we play another Khan. That'll be good. They put a land into play of Growth Spiral. And now they crack both their deltas and they Force of Negation me. Okay, straight up Archmage's Charm, that's fair. We grab a tower here and we play it. And this way, it looks like if they Field of Ruin our power plant, for example, as part of the next turn sequence, we untap with no Tron. But, big brain plays, we have a power plant in hand. So hopefully they just go like, Field of Ruin our power plant, cast an Euro, pass back, we pay power plant, and then play a Khan. And then maybe, just maybe, Khan will do something against their absurd collection of counter magic and value. They're going to put Charm back on top? Cool. Fun. Now they can cast Euro to get it? Wow. Imagine if white could do that, though. Imagine if you could, like, have removal spells and draw spells in the same colour. That would be dumb, right? Like, what they're doing right now, which involves a blue producing land, a blue spell, and a blue-green creature, that's just how things should be. Cast the Stuffy Doll to bait the Archmage Charm. If they're smart, they'll let this go, because this isn't an immediate threat. Keeping the board clear is keeping the board clear as well, so maybe this bait will get them. Maybe Stuffy Doll will do its job today by just being a great bait. Mate. They let it go. They let it go. Clever fucker. I was going to say clever girl like in Jurassic Park, but I don't know if my opponent's a girl or not. I don't want to do that. Archmage Charm draws them some cards. That means they've definitely got other counter magic to hold up this turn, like Cryptic, for example. They play a Field of Ruin. They make a Zombo. They cast an Euro, which is just the absolute funnest thing to play against. Am I right? We drew a Sphere. They're going to Field of Ruin our power plant here, I think, to try and take us off Tron. Which I'm down for, because it might mean that Khan will resolve. It's not certain, but it's a possibility. I didn't do it. I'm going to go power plant, make a Chromatic Sphere. Crack the Sphere for red. Draw a mine. Fucking love drawing all these lands. How much counter magic can they have? They 100% have counter magic here. But I don't see the reason in not casting it. Because I just want out of this game. I hate to be like this about anything in Modern or Legacy or any of these formats. But fuck me. The good stuff decks have never been my favourite matchups, and they've just got worse as the cards they play have gotten worse, right? Karn could resolve here, and we probably still don't win. Because, well, Karn Liberated isn't the win-on-the-spot card that people believe it to be, and they are so far ahead in terms of card advantage, board, mana, the things they have access to. They have a fetch down there accessing Mystic Sanctuary to put Archmage Charm back on top. They have a Field of Ruin to well, they can't have Tron, but to make more Zombos. It's just not good now. But they're going to have Counter Magic too. And this isn't my slight against Counter Magic. It's more a problem I have with just the way the mid-range blue decks have become in both Legacy and Modern, thanks to all this crap. And the best thing about this at this point of them cryptic commanding our Karn is that we've lost, so we can actually scoop out of the game. I wonder what the best matchup against this is. If you want to tell me in the comment section below, if you've watched this point in the video and you're like, but Vince, there are decks that are good against it. What is good against the Barg or the 4-color mid-range Field of Dead Uro shit piles full of this counter magic? Like, what is good against it? I would like to know, because there must be counterplay to it. But obviously my Mono Red meme isn't really that.
Another one.
Our opponent has missed a land drop in this game, and we're about to map and grab our third Tron land, which then allows us to untap, play a Tron land, play Karn, downtick, and grab a Trinisphere, which I thought sounded like a fun time, but our opponent doesn't seem to think so. Inquisition looks like it'll probably take my Expedition map here, which means I can't assemble Tron so easily, which is a shame, but maybe we'll just draw another map. We didn't. Fuck you, Magic. So we've had our head kicked in a little bit by Seasoned Pyromancer and Taurus Tracker in the second game, but I just stuck a Stuffy Doll. Now, I haven't done the math yet. What does this cost to cast? 6, and I have 6 mana and they're on 14 and I've got a Stuffy Doll that pings them. I think we're about to see it, chat. Comment section, grab hold of... Hang on, do I have enough mana? I do have enough mana, sorry. I panicked for a second. Grab hold of your butts. Hold on to your anuses. I don't want to see you all prolapse as I blasphemous act this Jund player into oblivion. It's their fault for playing an archetype that is no longer good. It's their fault for not playing blue. It's their fault for not playing a collection of the most busted cards printed in recent years. Let's play the cards that were busted, I don't know, five years ago. I say this as I was saying that I glanced over at Red and 6 and Seasoned Pyromancer, which were both recent cards. So it's not like it's just go for the little like it used to be. But we got them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone who doesn't identify as any of those things. Look at this. Look at it. Feast your eyes upon my works and marvel. That is not the actual quote, but I don't give a fuck. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed me fucking about with this deck again. I'm going to play some more of it. It's fun. It's fun when you're not playing it. Hit that like button, smash that bell. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget, drop a comment down below. Because if you like the video and you comment together, it pleases YouTube. And then YouTube gives me cookies. Literal sweet biscuits.